ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to do this. As you have seen, I am not alone on set. I have been joined by an amazing, smart gentleman, and we are here to talk all about books, all about being an author and the process that has been. So we are getting to that in just a bit. But right about now, let's get him introduced. Good morning.
Good morning, Karen.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How is your Monday morning?
It's good.
When
So far, so good.
asubuhi ama?
Not really.
Yeah.
But leo imebidi.
But you're here. So makofi.
I had
Yes.
Yeah.
So tunaanza na makofi, kumpigia makofi kwanza, because you've been here on a Monday morning. It's not the easiest thing.
No,
Nataka utuambie unaitwa nani, what do you do, why are you here? Alafu we jump right in.
My name is Wamugi Kishore.
Yes.
I'm a Kenyan author and blogger. Yes.
Amazing. Yeah. I like that brief, short and sweet.
Yeah,
words put together.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. So let's start from way back, because of course you didn't just wake up and put a novel together.
Yeah.
When did you know that you had a passion for writing?
I think it goes back to school, my school days. In high school, I loved doing compositions.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody around me knows. Then when I got to campus, I started writing blogs on various platforms. Yeah, so it goes way back in high school. Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
Which high school were you in?
Othaya Boys High School.
Othaya Boys High School.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so big up to Othaya Boys High School. You guys have, you are giving us alumni that are amazing. So you were originally, because writing is very broad. You can write poems, you can write books, you can write short stories. What were you writing initially in high school before we go to the blog?
I love fiction. I think I think every composition was basically fiction.
Yes,
but I really loved doing fiction. Yeah, because I wanted to trigger my creativity. Yeah.
So you're a creative. You can be able to imagine.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you moved on and you went to campus. Where did you go to campus?
Mount Kenya University.
Mount Kenya University.
Yeah.
And you started blogging.
Yeah, I started blogging.
Yes.
In 2012. Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
So what were you blogging about?
Social issues. Mostly my blogging is always social issues. I rarely do fiction on my blog. So it's either an interview with somebody or I address a social norm or something. Yeah, so it's never fiction on my blog.
So the blogging is things that are actually happening in our world right here.
In the society.
So when you say social issues, what kind of social issues, like what examples of the social issues you have written about?
I've written about rape. I've written about HIV and AIDS. I've written about drunk driving. Yeah, such. It's very broad.
Yes.
Yeah.
What determines what you write about? Like, is it personal stories? Is it just observing from the community? Because I'm imagining one moment just woke up and think, okay, today I'm writing about drunk driving. Where do you get your inspiration for picking out the issues you want to talk about?
Mostly it's the community I live in. I like being observative, whatever is happening around me.
Yes.
So mostly it's people who bring stories to me. I observe things, the way people are doing, or maybe the news, things that are trending at the moment. Like if we have like Cancer Awareness Day, that would trigger me to do a post about cancer or an interview.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you planning to write on Women's Day? Women's Day inakuja 8th of March, this Wednesday. Are you planning on writing about?
I've actually done, previously I've done something on Women's Day, I've done something on Father's Day. But yeah, now that you mention it, yeah.
You might just be considering writing
I
about
think,
that.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
take the few days before that to come up with something.
To come up with something
yeah.
amazing. He will be giving us his socials very shortly, so stick around so that he can tell you where to go and read about the things that he has actually written about. Okay, so stick around for that one. So let's move on. Then you started blogging in campus and social issues. When did you start Tuketi Interactive?
Tuketi Interactive, I started it in 2017. Yeah. That's when I registered it and opened the website, the blog itself. Yeah, because I was previously I was doing my writing on the shared hosting, WordPress,
Yes.
Blogger. But then I wanted to have some sort of an identity, like something I can bring up and make it my baby.
Yes.
Yeah, so I really needed to be the one hosting it. Yeah, so 2017 Tuketi was born. Yeah.
Now, how has Tuketi been like since 2017?
It's not been a really nice relationship. I'm not proud
Why?
of it.
Yes, why?
I'm not very, I don't always blog. So sometimes you get very long breaks before I do another post,
Yes.
especially when I'm writing.
Yes.
Maybe a big project like a book. I rarely blog because all my concentration is on one thing.
Yes.
You know, us with multitasking.
Yes.
So it's not been the best, but I think in the recent past I've really wanted to revive it.
Yes.
And yeah, it will be back very well. I have some content already lined up. Yeah, so yeah, the new year will come with good things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the new year does come with good things. And I get it, the on and off kind of a relationship. You are here, Mara, then there's a book to write. Which brings me to the question, what else do you do apart from writing?
I'm in ICT. I'm a networks engineer. Yeah. So,
you see, that is also another reason why you may not be blogging or writing as consistently. But either way, you have put a book together, so we are happy, we are glad, we are hoping that this year, Tuketi, Rudy, we come there and interact kidogo and talk about a few social issues that we are going to be getting to, and I hope that we are going to be getting there. So what is the dream, before we get to the novel, what is the dream for Tuketi? Like ukiketi hivi, thinking about what you want Tuketi Interactive to be like, what do you see in the future, like 2-3 years of consistent work?
I wanted to be a top. The main thing why I did Tuketi was because Tuketi itself is let's sit down and talk.
Yes.
So I wanted to be doing interviews, like interview people and write about it, because I think that's the best way to address most issues. If you get somebody who's been through something, they are best place to talk about it. So I really wanted to be talking to the society through Tuketi.
Yes.
To get my mind out there,
Yes.
to get people's stories out there. Yeah.
Okay, we are looking forward. We are definitely looking forward to Tuketi Interactive. I thought it was a very lucrative idea. You know, when I saw it on your bio and I was like, okay, that could be a nice thing that is going on. So I'm looking forward to you doing that. And then you thought, blogging may not be enough. Let me get into book writing. So what was the inspiration to get into novel writing?
It's always been a dream to have a book out. Like, I mean, we grew up around people like Gugu Adiongo, Meja Mwangi. You just feel these guys have books out there. You kind of want to feel what they feel when they have a book out. So it's always a journey. Like, it's a journey, you look forward to the destination. Yeah. So I've always wanted to do a book. I always knew I could do a book, but I was not so courageous about it at first. So it had to take some time. Yeah.
So what happened until you thought, anyway, I need to put a book together?
There was it's part of it is fiction, part of it is a true story. So as I said, it's the society I'm in.
Yes.
So most of it is inspired by events that actually happened.
Yes.
People I talked to, and they described to me something that had happened. Originally, it was supposed to be a sequel on my blog, like to be doing parts of it and post it on the blog.
Yes.
But then the plot thickened a lot, and I thought the best way I can do it is in paperback.
Yes.
And still, with a book, you can sell the book and
exactly, also make some money from it. True. I looking forward to now Wema. So now you thought, from a sequel, you thought I would put this in a book. When was the inception of the idea? Like, how long did it take to put it together?
The first part, there's a part of the book I had already done and placed it online on the blog. That was in 2017. I started writing it in 2016. The first part I posted on my blog when it was still new in 2017, late 2017. Yeah, so I can say Wema was born around 2016. Yeah.
And 2016 to now, that's a couple of years in there.
I stopped. I wrote it in 2017. I post. Then I continued writing it in 2020, mid 2020 during COVID.
So now you had time.
Yeah, now I had time.
COVID gave you some time, so you were able to put it together.
Yeah.
So all the way 2020, when did you finish putting the book together?
I finished in late 2020, early 2021. Yeah.
So then 2022, it was ready.
Yes, it was
and now
ready.
take me through, because that's different. Now you have a book, you have a manuscript together, but it's not yet a book. I'm imagining it was papers upon papers of writing. How was that process of now getting? Who did you get to do your cover? Who did you get to do your editing? The team that came together to make sure that they have put Wema together.
I think my friends and family were very, very instrumental in this book. I did the writing and I did the editing, but what I had is a team of friends who did the proofreading. So, because, I didn't have the budget for professional editors and professional proofreaders. So I got a friend called Washington. He did my cover. He did the cover illustration, which was beautifully done.
Yes,
I have to say.
As you guys can see on your screens, it was beautifully done. I like the simplicity of it. It's well put together. Yes.
Yeah. So then once I was done and I did a bit of editing, I gave to a few friends who did the proofreading. Yeah. So there were a number of people. There are so many people who took part in this book.
Yes.
If I was to mention them, I think some would be so angry because I might not mention everybody.
Yes.
But it was a long journey. There are even people who told me, you can add something to this part, add something to this part. So it's my work, but there's so many people who
there's contribution of very, very many people.
And then there's the psychological support. Yeah, that was also very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because true. Because if you're not at a state of mind where you can be able to do it, you cannot be able, especially the fictional part. You need to be at your optimum. To be very to be at peace, to be in the right mental place to be able to put together a book. So I know I'll ask you to mention a few. Mukisa Haulika, please don't beat him up. Please do not.
Yeah.
He is very much willing to mention all of you. In fact, if he could carry a list, he would. To just say thank you to all of you. But then finally you put the book together. So when was the first time you held a copy, of a now complete, ready to read Wema copy?
It was tricky because I got my first copies, which were badly done, unfortunately, and I had to discard them because
What was badly done? The cover, the place, the pages. What exactly went wrong?
Everything. It was so bad. I wouldn't have launched. The launch was supposed to be in August, but then when I received the copies, it was so bad. The cover was badly done. The colors were mismatching. The font was changed inside the book. The book was loose. Then the font was so squeezed, the book looked this small. Yes. It looked smaller than this.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to...
The font here is not as big, actually. So I'm imagining...
It was so small that time. It was... Actually, some people would not have managed to read that.
Yes.
And you want everybody to be able to read the book across all ages. So I had to shelve the idea of launching and look for another printer. Yeah, and then I got another printer and... in November.
Yes. Yeah. So, what lessons did you pick? Because that had to have been, something that drew back. Because I can imagine you're ready. You have put your book together. It's been. People have gone through it. You have gotten the design. You're just waiting for the final product. What lessons did you pick from there now to go back to November for the other launch, for the second launch?
I learned much about doing my research. Because I think it it was a very hasty decision because I was excited. I need my book out. It's already done. I've edited. So I learned to be patient and to actually investigate my printers. Like I need to go sit down with them. I need to get a dummy copy because in the previous one I never got one.
You actually got the actual copy.
I just paid them and told them just print and send me the books.
Yes.
Yeah. So this time we did a few dummy copies. Then we changed some things. That's when now I give them the green light. Now you can print.
Exactly.
And then also I learned to plan the launch after I have the real book. Copies, not before I get the copies.
I am what is interesting about this is that I know there are many young writers out there that are watching and that are very excited, for their very first book to be launched or their very first poetry anthology, and they are thinking, I have it proofread, it's ready for printing. So I hope that you are learning a few things from Wamoge here to just take it slow. I wouldn't have thought that you actually gave them your money without a dummy copy, because how else would you have known? But you are helping someone that was probably just about to give their money away and just saying, just bring me the copies. And then these people sell themselves very well. I'm not saying all printers out there are bad, but there are some that are not doing a very good job, and it's value for money. So I think the first step to get a dummy copy, see through it, change whatever you want to change before you actually get your books process. Were you given a refund? Your story iliishia hapo?
Mazenili character development. I was told to pay myself with the experience. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that you book writers out there or aspiring authors are listening to this so that you can evade some of those holes. You don't sink into them and then get a launch date without a book, because now we are out here waiting for a book that has not been put together as greatly. I hope that you're picking these little lessons and gems out here to be able to make sure that you have gone through the process even more smoothly. But you did go back once again. Then got your book released. So when did you now have the very first copy of a well done book?
It was in November. It was in November 2021. Yes.
So now you had it together, or you planned the launch?
Yeah, I planned the launch. Actually, I got a contact for Alliance Français. They have something they do for others that they give you a free venue in their library in Nairobi. So they give you a free venue, they market for you, they do everything for you. It's just something they're doing for others. And I think that was very helpful because I didn't have a budget for a venue. And what they are doing, they are giving you a venue and it's inside the library. So it's well themed for a book launch. True. And then they market you, I think they are one of the people I am really grateful for because they held my hand and I was still very green.
The team at Alliance that are doing this, you guys are doing an amazing work. I think we don't get past here without saying that you guys are doing great and others do really appreciate. How did the launch go?
It was beautiful and highly successful. I never get the words to explain because people really came out. I had the area that they gave me was actually almost full. So my friends really came through for me. And I hope they bought copies of the book. They did. They really did on that day. They really did.
Great, I like that. So now let's get to the content, because of this I'm sure some of our viewers are watching and wondering which book are we talking about. So the novel is called Wema. Let's start from there. Why did you call the novel Wema?
Wema is a character in the book, and she's the centerpiece of the book. So previously I had other title names, but then I weighed the options and I thought Wema was more authentic. It sounded Kenyan. But what I didn't know back then is people would think it's a Swahili book. So that's when a friend told me, well, you can, after you write Wema, you can put a small part and say the novel.
Yes.
So now it's Wema the novel.
Yes.
So somebody now knows it's an English
Yes,
book.
it's an
not a
English
Swahili book.
book.
Yeah. So Wema is a character in the book. Yeah, a young baby who grows through the book. Yeah, so it was not so hard to pick the title of the book once I had it done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I at first glance as well, when I first saw, I was telling you before the interview started, when I first saw this cover, I was like, okay, that's going to be a Swahili book. To put together a Kiswahili book is a bit of work. I know that English is hard already, but Swahili is on another level.
Yeah.
But I like you have said, it comes out very authentic.
Yeah.
And now when you see Wema the novel, you're able to peruse in, and it's actually an English book.
Yeah.
So it's very authentic for you. It gives Kenyan, it gives African. Someone can be able to pick it out of very many others just because of the uniqueness of its title.
Yeah.
So what is the story in the book? Of course, not everything, but what is the highlight of the story that goes in Wema the novel?
Wema the novel is, as I say in the blurb, it's based in Nairobi. Most of it is based in the slums,
Yes.
in Mathare, and Mathare and Huruma. But also there's a part of it that is in the posh side of life.
Yes.
So it's a story of a girl who is conceived in the slums, and the mother is a sex worker. The father is a criminal, is a slum criminal.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's technically their journey, how they grow through it. There is rejection, where the guy rejects the mother, like the way the society is mostly. And then there are actually two stories in one. There is a story of that couple, then there is a story of another couple who are well off, they have good jobs. So the two meet, and the actions of one of the couple really affects the career of the other.
Yes.
But then eventually it leads to the birth of a very good institution. Yeah.
Okay, I like the highlight. You're saying everything without saying everything.
You say everything without saying anything at all.
You mentioned that this is a combination of fiction and a true story.
Yeah.
So was the true story inspired from a friend, from your own situation, or what is this true story about?
It's actually some people I interacted with. I wouldn't say who, because
yes, of course.
It would get weird.
Yes.
But it's actually somebody I interviewed, somebody who is on the book, and they gave me the journey, what they had been through. But then that after we talked with them, there was a case, a police case and all that, but not involving me anyway.
Yes.
So there was no way I was going to write that story, whole of it.
Yes.
So I had to distort and put some fiction in it,
Yes.
because it would interfere with investigations and all that. Yeah, so a part of it, it's somebody it's something I witnessed firsthand.
Yes.
Like I talked to the subject, and they told me what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the real life part of the book.
Yes,
yeah, that's the gist
of the
it.
book. I hope that you guys can get a copy right about now, because I think from what you are telling us, I am already intrigued. I want to get reading. I want to know, what happened. Then after that, what happened? And then it's Kenyan based right here, which means you get to read a few things that are very similar to our everyday situations right here. If that is not reason enough to read the book, I don't know what is. But we are going to be getting to where can we find the book and how much it's selling for.
So the book is selling for 1,000 shillings. You can either order directly to me via my socials, or you can log into Nuria Kenya. They are an online bookstore, but they also have an office in town.
Yes.
So you can get a copy there, or you can talk to me directly on my socials.
At this juncture, can they give us your socials? Ndio tujue ni wapi tunakutafuta, and then we order the book.
I'm Wamugi Gishuri on across all socials, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah, Wamugi Gishuri, WAMUGI GICHURI.
Yes, Wamoge Gishuri.
Yes.
And you're going to be getting your copy at just 1,000 bob, which I think is very affordable for all the work that you put here, the story that is inside here, and all the process and all the energy and all the people it took to put this book together. 1,000 bob is definitely not much. So if you can be able to go to Wamoge Gishuri, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, order a copy, and I'm sure you can do deliveries.
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
I
so
do.
wherever you are at, you will get a copy delivered to you. So not to worry, you can get your copy delivered to you. I'm a pick it in town, which is very a center place. So, and I know in the course of this week you're going to be in town sometime somewhere.
Yeah.
So if you can go there and grab your copy, we will be very, very grateful. So then you put it together and you did a launch. After the launch, have people been calling? Have people been ordering the book?
Actually, people have been ordering the book. Yeah, I've been doing marketing for the book.
Yes.
I can see it's performed well.
Yeah.
For our first book, I was very skeptical at first when I finished the book, because you always wonder, okay, I've done the book, I've finished.
Yes.
Are people going to read the book? And then, yes, they buy. Are they going to give me feedback?
Yes.
Because you can convince somebody to buy a book.
Yes.
But if it's trash, they won't give you feedback.
Yes.
Or if you do a subsequent book, they won't buy it because the first one was not
They did
good
not
enough. Yeah.
understand, or they did not even get to read.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you planning for a subsequent book?
Yes, actually, I have two projects going on. I have a book I'm writing. Hopefully, it will be done mid or towards the end of the year. I'm not rushing it.
Yes.
And I'm also part of a group that is we are doing an anthology. Yes, so I have two projects going on. Yeah, so
To juggle between
yeah,
the two projects.
it will be a busy year.
So the year is going to be busy.
Yeah,
I don't know. It would take me through being a writer. Like, do you write upon any prompt? Ama ni wakati umejipata uko na time? Ama you actually decide, now I want to write. How exactly does writing a book go?
It's everybody has their way of doing it.
Yes.
There are people who just write, like they just wake up and start writing. But for me, I script. I actually do a script. So like my book that is going on, I already have the script. So now it's all about putting the flesh in the skeleton. Yeah. So I do, because scripting guides me through the book.
Yes.
You know what to do after, you know what to write after this part, you know what to write. Yeah, but that's usually very individual. I know people who don't script.
You just write away.
They just write.
Yes.
Yeah. Some
Okay,
of us
so you can actually, I didn't know about that you can actually do scripts. So this means some type of subtopics, a skeleton of what is going to be happening. Then you feel it as time comes.
Yeah, more of a follow-up of events. Like, this is going to happen first, this then is going to follow, then this is going to follow.
Yes.
And then you have the character names. Then I even do a diagram, a chart.
Yes.
How the characters interact with each other.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're, and also you do a note on their personality, because you're creating a character and giving them a personality.
Yes.
So if somebody gets angry first, you know to note it down.
Yes.
So if something is happening, you remember their character is. You need to keep them in their character still.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I like that. I feel like that is so well put together. Because this character, like you have said, for example, like the getting angry, then you're not ambushed by the fact that they have gotten angry, because they are following a certain a certain principle there or personalities throughout the book.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us the name of the book, of the next book? Bado you have not decided.
Unfortunately, I decide the title of the book after writing it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are waiting, but you have told us mid or the end of the year.
Yeah,
you're not
mid
rushing
to the
things.
end. Yeah.
But the anthology might be out earlier or later.
I even think that might be the last one to come, because with the anthology you are working with other people.
Yes.
And you don't know how they work.
Yes.
You don't know their speeds. After you're done writing your part, you submit, and all of you sit down, have a look, you decide.
Yes.
So there's a lot of back and forth when you're doing an anthology. So I'm not so sure how soon that would be.
So your book might come out before.
Most
the
probably
anthology.
yes. Most probably yes.
Yes. All right. We are looking forward. We are looking forward to the next book. What, as we close, what are the other future plans for the rest of the year? We are still in March. So, what other things are you planning on?
Mostly it's to KUTV this year. I'm planning to do a couple of interviews, as I said. I have some that are lined up.
Yes.
So it will be quite busy on to KUTV. Also on Twitter, I started doing threads. So I'm also working on that. So yeah, it will be I'll do a lot of social media work this year.
Yes, in the course of the year. Amazing. We're looking forward to following you, to seeing all that you're doing, and of course to participate and give feedback. I know you said you don't want to mention, but I would like you to mention a couple of people that put this, helped you put Wema together and are still helping in the next book, just to give them a thumbs up as we close.
So there was, first of all, with the proofreaders, I had McKenna did some good job.
Yes.
Then Mudhoni is actually a poet. Yes, she does spoken word. She's the one who even gave a comment. It's the back of the book. She gave a comment. Then I had Washington did the cover for me.
Yes.
I had a friend called Ken. He really, there are some parts that you feel it's a bit off.
Yes.
So I used to send him some snippets.
Yes.
Then he reads and tells me, this we can do, this way you can edit something. Then there is Wasai. She really helped with medical, because there are some things that really needed some professional advice on how hospitals work, the ethics and all that. Yeah, she really helped me with that. Yeah. And then my family, I would never say enough, because they really worked with me. They kept pushing me, especially my sister was she used to call me like, what's happening? Where is the book? Or is it not out? Are you done? I thought you were editing. You see, so it's been a group effort. It's been a group effort, yeah.
Yes, congratulations to all of you who have been there in the course of the book, who have been there, helped both support emotionally, mentally, book-wise, putting it together. Congratulations to all of you, and Wamoge is definitely grateful for your support. One more time.
There are some people I really need to shout out.
Yes.
For what they did for me in my book launch. Enimo and Ngugi. One of them was the MC, the other was the cameraman, and they are a couple. So they really helped me. I got to the launch very green. They came with games that people can participate during the book launch. They made it so much lively. Yeah, so I hold that deep.
To all of, and of course to Alliance Française
for
the venue, for providing a place where actually writers can come and showcase their work. I'm not going to let you go without celebrating a woman. We are celebrating International Women's Day for the whole of the month of March. So I want to know which women you're celebrating. Of course, for Salimia too, you celebrate them for whatever reason.
I think my number one would be my mother. She's I don't know if she's watching or she's in the shamba, but I'll make sure she watches. She's for holding me down and always encouraging me. So I have a big list of women. My sister Teresa is there, my nieces. I have a couple of awesome nieces that we really talk, and that are growing into great women. So I think my mother will top that list. Yeah, and we also celebrate you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that. I think we have gone through it. If you can go ahead, please, to his socials at Wamoge Gishuri and buy the book. That is the best offer you will have given to us both. That will be the best thank you. That will be the best comment. And of course, after you have bought it, he has said he's not content with you just buying the book. You can go ahead and read it and give a comment, give feedback. How was it? How did you find the stories? How did you enjoy his type of writing? He would be appreciating you very, very much. Thank you so much, Wamoge. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to have you here. And through that, we come to the end of our first launch, ladies and gentlemen. We are done, but go on social media handles online, follow his Twitter threads, hey, comment, retweet, interact with his thoughts, okay? And we are going to be appreciating you very much. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our launch number 1.